Auburn Blitz is now on the air, your daily look into what's happening in Auburn athletics. With your host, Andy Graham, Brett Pritchard, Randy Lee, War Eagle.
Hello again, everyone, and good Friday afternoon. Welcome into this, the latest edition of the Auburn Blitz. I am Andy Graham alongside Brett Pritchard. We'll be with you for the next hour, taking your comments, taking your phone calls, talking about everything going on in the world of Auburn athletics. At long last, practice has begun. We are beginning our way toward the opening night, September 3rd, Auburn and Mercer. So first day of practice today on the Plains. Had some, of course, excitement yesterday. Immediately following the Auburn Blitz, couldn't happen while the Auburn Blitz is on.
Well, you usually
that would have been interesting.
Usually does it right before
it does,
we go
yeah,
there. So
yesterday afternoon, T.J. Finley arrested.
it's not that big.
It's really much ado about nothing. However, he riding on a moped without a helmet, and I think we're being led to believe, or we're supposed to believe, that he didn't realize he was trying to be pulled over. Okay. Is that what we're supposed to believe? I have
no idea.
But either way, regardless, he did find out, that this is all a misunderstanding. According to his lawyer, he did commit some traffic violations by not wearing a helmet, and so. But he is going to practice. I don't really see much this of happening about anything other than the fact that what does it say about T.J. Finley's decision making? And
I didn't need to know anything about him riding moped to know about his decision making. I'd already seen enough of that last year. So look, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this. I really think it's maybe the most trivial thing newsworthy wise about a football player at Auburn that in a long time. And to me, might as well have been a walk on. They got arrested. I mean, I'm serious. I mean, I don't really feel like and I've said this, and I'm going to stick with it, and I'll eat crow if I have to down the road, but I don't think he's a legit option for Auburn at quarterback, man. I just don't. And if he is, then maybe there's some other things that we're not aware of and that we need to be concerned about. And again, I'm not bashing the kid. I mean, I'm not. Look, we all made bad mistakes coming up, made bad decisions. Arrest for not wearing a helmet on a moped that's not arrest worthy.
No.
Now, again, is the Auburn Police Department and Athletic Department got that poor of a relationship with each other? I mean, can we not figure out some way to go, okay, I mean, dude, why aren't you wearing a helmet? You tried to run. Did you try to run from us? Is it what it looked like? I mean, can we not talk that out? I mean, he doesn't have. Times? He doesn't. It doesn't mean that much. I mean, to me, in the scheme of things, that this was a much ado about nothing. And again, T.J. Finley as a person's more concerning because you're looking out for the well-being of all your student athletes, and you want to help them when they don't make a good decision. And then even on a larger scale, the reason you wear a helmet, T.J., is in case you do have a wreck and you don't hit your head and die. I mean, there's a reason for it. There's lessons to be learned in all this. But anyway,
I think we got a phone call.
Let's go to the phone. Caller, go ahead.
Hey, how y'all doing today?
We're good. How are you?
It was one of two things. He was trying to get out of town, and the police caught him without a helmet. Or he was hoping somebody would hit him, take him out without a helmet.
Well, I hope neither one. Neither one. I mean, I wish nothing but good things for the kid, but I think any time that you have a news story like this before the season starts, it gets blown out of proportion. But anyway, it is what it is.
Yeah, you're very right, because there's things that happen in Alabama, and they just sweep it under the rug up there.
Well, I think Auburn probably should have handled this better all the way around.
We need to get a broom down here or something.
Yeah.
Y'all have a good one.
Thank you, Charles. Appreciate your call.
Yeah, again, look, I mean, okay, if that's what happened, I'm not saying it's impossible that, they flip the lights on and Did
he have earbuds in? Did he have
And he had earbuds in, maybe he didn't know. Okay. But is it more likely that he saw it and he said, uh-oh, and he just kind of darted and said, well, I'll just scoot through here and no harm done. But, again, he's a 6'7" black guy with braided hair down to his shoulders. Do you not think we don't know who that guy is?
Well, again,
riding a moped?
I mean, Cindy.
This is not Dukes of Hazzard. You're not.
Cindy comes in and says, Brett, to me, that's the bigger story. Why is Auburn Police Department, Auburn Athletic Department not on the same page? That, to me, is the bigger deal. I mean, how does this even allowed to I'm not saying hide it. This is nothing to hide. It's all public record. But why are we allowing, why are we making this a big deal? Luke comes in with a little jab, says that he was only practicing because he won't need his helmet much anyway. And I mean, and that again goes along with my sentiments. I don't think he's going to need a football helmet much either. So
Patrick, who is a longtime follower, and he's very. I mean, he makes some solid points a lot of the times. He said he's backing him. I mean, that's his quarterback. So there's some people out there that maybe hope he wins the job.
Look, again, everybody's entitled to their own opinion, and you pull for the guy that you want to. Look, I'm pulling for all the kids on Auburn's team. Do I have a preference like Patrick, like everybody else does? Yeah, everybody's got a preference. I've seen enough of T.J. Finley to know that he's not going to lead Auburn to where Auburn needs to be and where we want them to be. I'm just, unless some miracles happened in the offseason. I watched him play a very maligned Houston team and could not make throws. I watched him make one or two throws in the Alabama game.
Now, they were an 11-win Houston team, right?
But, Andy, go look at their schedule,
I'm not
man.
saying they were great.
We broke that.
But they're not terrible.
That was a not SEC defense, okay?
No.
That was not Alabama's defense. That wasn't even South Carolina's defense out there. And we couldn't move the football. So, look, let's kind of get out of the excuse business. They won 11 games, but you can also look at who they beat. And we look at how many of those games, there were two of them, I believe, that were real close to basically nobody opponents. So, again, I'm not trying to dismiss it, but that 11-win team ended up in the Birmingham Bowl. I mean, so there's not a lot of people that felt like they were some world beater and some powerhouse.
I get
and we should have beat them. You know that. If we'd had any semblance of offense whatsoever, we win that football game, and he couldn't move the ball.
I'm not denigrating. I'm not saying they're a world beater. I'm just saying much maligned Houston, maybe a bit much.
It's kind of what I used to tell you about the Braves all the time. And you used to say, well, they won 850 division titles. I'm like, they're better than four other teams in the whole league.
Five World Series
appearances.
That's
right. Buffalo Bills. And I'm not diminishing.
No. They won a World Series too.
That
separates them from the Bills.
It did. But when your point about division titles, I'm not taking anything away from it, just like I'm not taking anything away from Houston won 11 games. But, people get all giddy about division titles. It's like, okay, that's good, but, the wild card team gets in just like the division winner gets in. It's, it's all perspective and all that. I think, again, when you go back to the point where we're talking about with T.J. Finley, he's not the starter. I mean, I don't think anybody feels like, I think maybe with the situation at hand last year and how the team ended the year, he was thrust into that position. Now you've got two new guys that have come in that I think are more talented, and I think time will tell. But none of us, Andy, you, Randy, David, any of us felt comfortable after last year saying that we were excited that T.J. Finley may be the guy leading Auburn moving forward.
No, I agree with that 100%. And I'm with you 100%. I'm just saying there are other people out there, and it's not just one or two. I think it.
Okay, four.
I think it is. Yeah, I think it's a legitimate competition. I think the coaching. I think Eric Keesaw is looking at this saying, it's.
And again, favoritism or not. And again, they just because the guy may be new. But I don't see a lot of TJ Finley throwing drills on Instagram and Facebook. But I do see a boatload of Zach Calzada's.
Well, for anybody that wanted TJ Finley to be the quarterback, while this is a minor event, again, I think it calls into question his decision making. And that's kind of something that's pretty important.
I'm a little hesitant to just throw him under the bus on that. I mean, look, again, being on the football field and being, in practice and doing all that, yeah, overall decision making, we make bad decisions on the field, off the field, all that kind of stuff. I'm not going to say that's the TJ Finley we get all the time as a guy that not wearing a helmet on a moped. Okay, I mean, there's been bad decisions made by everybody, and it's hard to say that. Well, I'm going to judge him, or I'm going to say that's who he is all the time as a decision maker. I'm not saying that. What I'm going back kind of with you and saying, in the scheme of things, I saw enough last year on the field of his, not lack of talent. I think he's talented, but lack of ability in certain situations to make the plays that you got to make at that position.
I don't disagree with that. I don't disagree with that at all. We got to take a break here, but don't go anywhere. We're just getting started on this edition of the Auburn Blitz. More to come right after this.
Hi, this is Brian Bice with Bice Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area a team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with a service department second to none. Bice Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Bice Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.
Guaranteed lowest price. Buy it at Bice Motors.
Hillaby Towers is an affordable senior citizens community located in Alexander City on Highway 22 East. Spacious one-bedrooms are available now. Great location, peaceful setting, comfortable living where pets are allowed and utilities are included. Call today to find out more information on Alexander City's best-kept secret, 256-329-0552. That's Hillaby Towers in Alexander City.
WOTM is the television provider for all Alabama High School Athletic Association championship events and special programs. WOTM is your home for the Super 7 football, state finals basketball, baseball and softball state championships, the AHSAA weekly show, and WOTM also produced the first ever football playoff show, Super 7 preview show, and reclassification reveal show. Your exclusive home for all things AHSAA is WOTM. Contact your local cable provider to request WOTM to your channel lineup.
Finding a job might be tough, but starting your new career has never been easier. Wellborn Cabinet in Ashland has a wide array of career opportunities with benefits. General labor production, skilled cabinet builders, product assembly line, shipping, over-the-road truck drivers, clerical, marketing, security, daycare, office clerks, and so much more. Apply in person, 38669 Highway 77 South in Ashland, or online at wellborn.com. Building cabinets, building careers, and building our community.
Columbiana Tractor presents the world's largest deer expo, August 12th through 14th, BJCC. 11 hunt giveaways, the Turtle Man, the Aspirin Buster Frank Addington, Eddie Salter, Big Buck Contest, DHA Bow Competition, Cornhole Tournament, Trout Pond, and Barney Fife. WorldDeerExpo.com, August 12th through 14th, BJCC.
Whether it's Lake Martin, Lay Lake, or Logan Martin, both Boaters from all over the state of Alabama come to Alex City Marine, just off Highway 280 in Alexander City, Alabama, because it's worth the drive. With the best deals on unbeatable Suzuki outboards, Manitou and Landau Tritoons, and a great pre-owned inventory while they last. Alex City Marine is the pros the locals know. And no matter where you're from, when you're here, you're local to us. Alex City Marine, just off Highway 280 in Alexander City, Alabama. AlexCityMarine.com.
Heritage South Credit Union in Alexander City is your community credit union, and they have been for over 80 years. Heritage South Credit Union proudly serves Tallapoosa, Coosa, Lee, Chambers, Randolph, and Chilton counties. From checking to business accounts, to share savings to club accounts, to their kids club and investments. Visit them online at myhscu.com. Heritage South Credit Union, your community credit union for 80 years. Federally insured by NCUA.
Hey, it's Brett Pritchard, and I'm here to tell you all about Sims Foods, who you know better as Wickles Pickles. Wickles Pickles, that 90-year-old recipe, wickedly delicious. Relish, okra, and pickles. From Saturday sandwiches, tailgate snacks, to holiday dinners with your family and friends. From their family to yours, Wickles Pickles, those wickedly delicious pickles.
Wickles Pickles, wickedly delicious pickles.
It's been 30 years. 30 years of growth. 30 years of dedication. 30 years of service and value to our great customers. 30 years of automotive technology and innovation. We are proud to celebrate our anniversary at Glenn Smith Chevrolet Buick GMC in Opelika, making you smile for 30 years.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and Brett here with you for about 45 more minutes in today's show, brought to you each and every day by Russell Do-It Center, 10 locations around Central Alabama for all your building supply, home decor, tools, whatever it might be. Go and check out Russell Do-It Center today. Welcome back, everyone, and we'll go back to the phone line.
Let's go to the phones. Caller, go ahead.
Yeah, this is Morris from Anniston. Hey, Brett, how you doing today?
I'm good. Morris, how are you, buddy?
Good. I just want to call in because, as usual, I completely agree with you on this quarterback thing. I was with a friend of mine that me and her get together once in a while. She helps me, but she's a graduate of the University of Alabama and everything. Both of us, are Alabama fans. But when I heard this on the news about the quarterback, I looked at her and I said, "You got to be kidding me. This is not new." I mean, it's the way I understood it, and I could be wrong, that he didn't have a helmet on a moped. That ain't even a motorcycle, if you know what I'm saying. But
right.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, we got you, Morris. Yeah, we got you. Yeah, you're exactly right. I mean, it's to me, it's about the least newsworthy event you could have.
I completely agree with you. And, you and I have talked before, maybe on one of the other programs. I'm not a hater. I don't hate kids. Y'all's kids, to me, are just as good as our kids, or anybody, because most of them are Alabama kids anyway. But the main thing I wanted to talk to both of y'all about is this Tank Bigsby. I saw him in an interview. I know it's been in the past few days with Marty and McGee. I believe that's the name of those two guys. But I got to tell you what. I am impressed with that guy. Y'all have a quality, not just a football player, but a quality person in him. And he reminds me so much of our linebacker, in their attitude. But anyway, I'm not going to, because I know this is an Auburn program, but I just had to put that on y'all's mind, and I'll hang up. And I don't know whether I've ever talked with Andy, but I really he's an excellent moderator. I don't care who's on there with him. He does a good job of moderating.
Well, he has to put up with a bunch of junk from all of us. So. We appreciate it, Morris. Thank you, sir.
Okay, bye-bye.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, you get a crown
well.
for dealing with all of us. Always appreciate Morris calling in. Great perspective. Ty said he hopes he can meet me in a couple of weeks when Sylacauga plays Benjamin Russell. Definitely, Ty. I look forward to meeting you as well. Please come by. And then Ty said he doesn't see Ashford playing baseball. Cindy came back and said, I got bad news for Case and Howell, but if Robbie Ashford doesn't play any football, I'll not be surprised to see him starting in center field. Don't think Butch doesn't know who Mr. Ashford is. Bill comes in and says, TJ Finley, I don't care how minor the infraction, he made a stupid decision. Timing is terrible, distraction team he represents. All that's true too. So, again, when you're trying to prepare.
It's not Reese Mukes getting drunk.
No,
week
it's
of
not.
The first game.
No, it's not. It's
passing
not.
out in there. But
under a tree. And I'm sure everybody's seen the spoof of Top Gun that came out through it was a video that the athletic department put out, just a little promo of the first day and all this kind of stuff. It couldn't have been worse timing. With TJ Finley turning around, looking to the back and stuff. I mean, just seems like that's kind of how Auburn does things. Release something at the wrong time. But that in itself, though, gotta move on from this.
Yeah,
This has already consumed way too much of our time on this show.
I think it will. I think everybody is moved past it.
Right. When I saw headlines come across and you get notifications on your phone from news agencies, Auburn quarterback arrested. I mean, it's just clickbait stuff, man. That's all it is. And if that's any other kid, that doesn't make the news at all. I mean, there is no news to it. So, they'll deal with it however they got to deal with it and move on. But I think Auburn's got a lot bigger fish to fry and worry about other than whether TJ Finley wearing a helmet on a moped.
Yeah.
So
it wasn't. It's not a big deal at all as far as the severity of the crime.
No.
It's bad PR. I mean, that's basically what it is. But nonetheless, he's got, and obviously Brian Hart said he's going to practice today. So he's not worried about it.
He's not worried about it. Let's give a positive. How about the entire Auburn basketball team getting baptized in the Jordan River today? How about that? And I sent a group text to all you guys. Let's take basketball out of it. Auburn is – I don't know if Auburn understands how fortunate they are to have a guy like Bruce Pearl. And I don't need haters coming in on the message, and this guy's got a shady past, and, forget all that. I mean, I've been around and seen enough of Bruce Pearl and what he does with kids to know that he's genuine, okay? And the experience, is to go over to Israel and play some basketball games, but he's giving these kids an experience that a lot of us haven't even had an opportunity to have. And you can tell what better team bonding than that. And what an experience that they'll carry with them for the rest of their lives and what they're doing and the opportunity that Auburn and this basketball program through Bruce Pearl has provided. Man, the guy's just a great ambassador. There's no other way to put it. He just happens to be a heck of a basketball coach too. Maybe a good football coach too. But he's a heck of a basketball coach that's taking this program. And I think you're seeing why, too, he's such a good coach. Because of the relatability and the likability that his players. I mean, you'll go through a wall for a guy like that.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean.
Christians, all from the last 70 years have spent fortunes, and time and effort to get there, just to do what these basketball players are getting an opportunity.
And they're appreciating. You can tell.
Absolutely.
By their posts, so.
And they will. It will be something like you said that they will take with them for the rest of their lives.
No doubt.
To stand where to be in the river where Jesus was baptized. And that's a pretty incredible.
If that's not all inspiring, I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
So,
up against a break here, but don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more right after this.
Growing your business isn't just one thing. It's a million little things. Should you lease, rent, or own? How fast can you get that part? Does it fit the budget? That's what your local Cat dealer is here for. With expert advice, flexible financing, and industry-leading equipment, you can get the job done, day after day. Visit ThompsonCat.com, your compact equipment provider.
The Eric McKinley team at Mortgage Pro in Alexander City is the perfect lender for all your mortgage needs. Property values have increased and interest rates have never been so low. So if you haven't looked at refinancing your house in the last 6 to 12 months, Mortgage Pro is here to help you take advantage of that. Our team is closing loans in 15 days or less, so give us a call at 256-397-0248 and let our team go to work for you today.
Frontline Outfitters provides all your aftermarket parts for your cars, trucks, and as well as your professional tinting solutions for auto, residential, and commercial buildings. Frontline Outfitters also handles vinyl wraps, spray-in bed liners, truck accessories, LED lighting, paint correction and detailing, and much more. Make sure Frontline Outfitters of Alexander City is your first call for tinting and aftermarket solutions. Call us today, 256-409-8100.
The interstate is backed up this morning due to an accident.
So you don't like sitting still on the interstate? Get the free Algo traffic app. With Algo, you'll have the information you need to avoid problems on your route, to work, to home, to the beach. Traffic backups, wrecks, lane closures, all with current info and live traffic camera feeds. Know before you go with Algo Traffic, ALGO Traffic from the Alabama Department of Transportation. Get it today and arrive on time.
Lake Martin Garage, located on Highway 280 in Jackson's Gap, has been serving our area since 1993. From routine maintenance such as oil changes, tune-ups, and rotating and balancing your tires, to transmission and engine repair, our trained and certified mechanics will get you back on the road better than before. Need a tow? With a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week towing service, Lake Martin Garage has local and long-range pickup. Trust your vehicle needs to the professionals at Lake Martin Garage. Call 256-825-6139, or better yet, stop in and see them today. Lake Martin Garage.
Russell Building Supply and Home Center is just around the corner in a brand new convenient location with a wide selection of grills, hardware, tools, paint, lawn and garden, and much more. The new store offers more home improvement items along with other helpful conveniences like a drive-through lumber yard and our Best Rewards program, making it an ideal destination for do-it-yourselfers and professional contractors. Get ready for game day on the plains by stocking up on all your Auburn tailgating gear at Russell Building Supply and Home Center.
EnviroCare is the standard in East Central Alabama for all your pest control and termite needs. EnviroCare exclusively offers Centricon termite colony elimination system that is the industry's most effective termite control to protect your home year-round. The EnviroCare team's service is also the standard for our customers. From eliminating home pests to superior termite control, nobody cares like EnviroCare, serving Lake Martin and East Central Alabama.
For more than 40 years, Ingram Equipment Company has helped companies, towns, and cities with their dirtiest, most challenging jobs by providing the very best equipment and by helping them keep in tip-top working condition. IEC represents leading manufacturers such as Heil garbage truck bodies, Timco sweepers, Step pothole patchers, and many more. We proudly support all athletes and teams that compete across the state and wish them good luck this year. Ingram Equipment Company, ingramequipment.net.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and Brett here with you. Just about 30 more minutes left in today's show. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us. Brought to you each and every day by Big Fish Real Estate for all your real estate needs here in the Lake Martin area as well as down there on the coast. Give them a call today, 551-BIG-FISH, or look them up, bigfishlakemartin.com. Beautiful new facility there on 49 in Dadeville. It looks almost about ready to move in. Look like they're working on the parking lot. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Nobody wants to move in more than there.
I'm sure.
So some football jersey number updates moving into the fall. And we'll start on offense. Coy Moore will now be wearing 0. That was Demetrius Robertson last year.
Number 0.
So number 0. That'll be the second Auburn player on offense to wear number 0. I'm assuming that Owen Papo will still wear 0 on the defensive side. Desallum Worsham from Hewitt Trussville. He'll be wearing number 8.
Number 8.
So that's good. Landon King will change jersey numbers. He'll be wearing 14.
Don't you miss the days when our receivers used to all wear 80s?
Be nice. That doesn't happen anymore.
It does not.
Camden Brown, 17. Amari Kelly, also another Hewitt Trussville native, 19. And Damari Austin will wear 22. Brentwood.
All right.
Huh?
I can see that.
Okay. All right, on defense, some good ones here. Jeffrey Mba, 5. Trying to be like Derek Brown. 6, Keontae Scott. 8, Austin Osbury. 11, Zion Puckett. 13, Cam Riley. 17, Robert Woodyard. A newcomer there. Well,
Jason Campbell.
That's right, but on defense. 23, J.D. Rhyme. 24, Craig McDonald. 90, Enos Sledge. 91. Why not every time I hear Enos Sledge, I think that's some kind of a singer. See,
I can see that.
Yeah, right. 91, Morris Joseph. 98, Marcus Bragg. And 99, Big Jason Jones coming over from.
Okay, 99.
Yeah, 99.
Didn't we have a linebacker wear 17 before?
Yeah, Josh Bynes.
Yeah, okay.
Wasn't it Josh Bynes?
That was what I was thinking.
Yeah, Josh Bynes wore 17. So there's your numbered updates. Everything else, I guess, will be the same.
Yeah. Jeremiah Wright moving back. He flip-flopping again. Going back to the defensive line.
That poor guy.
I mean,
they had flipped and flopped
Harsin
him.
says this is his choice. It's where he wants to be. So maybe he can be healthy. And, Derek Mason made such a big deal about, him. He was like going to be the star. He was really an emerging kind of player. So hopefully and that we can use all the help we can get. Although moving away from an offensive line, I mean, what does that tell you? Because next year, you're like, I mean, we're desperate for offensive line.
All right, so let's kind of fast forward. In a few weeks, we'll be talking about game 1 with Mercer, and then we have, is it San Jose State, and then Penn State.
Yep.
All right, so what are you looking for? And I know this may be a very shallow question, but what are you there is expectations and what you would like to see going into week 3. What do you need to see from this Auburn team in the first 2 weeks to give you confidence going into that 3rd week about Penn State? Because look, everybody's already pointing to that game, and obviously you're not going to. If you're squeaking out a win in those first 2, you're worried to death about everything. But what do you want to see from this team in weeks 1 and 2 going into week 3 for that Penn State game? What do you need to see?
I would like to see Auburn
should control the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, well,
in those 2 games.
If we don't, I think that clearly.
Yeah.
Now, granted, look, I say that Auburn has not controlled the line of scrimmage against Georgia State, against Mercer one time in the Gus Malzahn era.
So maybe coming out,
but it didn't mean anything. We ended up playing. We dominated other games.
But seeing them come out and really kind of take control.
I want to see Tank Bigsby with 100+ yards. I want to see a receiver with a 100-yard game. That's what I want to see. A couple of receivers with touchdown passes. I want to see the quarterback with no sacks.
Who do you want to see throwing the ball?
I'd like to see. I think I want to see Zach Calzada.
Yep.
I think he gives Auburn the best chance to win. But who knows? I mean, if Robbie Ashford were to come on and burst onto the scene,
true,
and I'd be fine with that. If T.J. Finley is actually the best choice, despite my opinion, then I want him to be the quarterback.
Sure.
I don't think that's the case. But if I'm wrong, I'm fine being wrong.
If he trots out there as the starter against Mercer, do you just go, man, they're just –
if he trots out there as the starter against Mercer and it's 6-0 at the half, I'm probably going to leave. Because
it may not be back on this show.
And I will have received about 1,000 texts from you and Randy and everybody else going, what are we doing?
Towers will shut down. The phone coverage will be
now, if it's 31-0,
right,
and we'll say, well, I mean, it is Mercer.
But you're also going to say, that's right. You're going to – I just – there's a lot of these unknowns even going into week 1 that people are just going to wait and see. I mean, we've got a few weeks to go. Fall camp starts today. You'll blink and it'll be game week, and we'll be talking about this. So
I want to see domination. That's what I want to see in the first two games. It's Mercer and San Jose State.
Yeah,
if we can't dominate those teams, I'm not sure we can beat Penn State or Missouri or LSU.
Yeah, I mean, I think people are underselling that game after Penn State. That Missouri game, everybody wants to say, well, you got to start out 5-0. You got to beat Penn State and LSU. I mean, you better be ready to play. Because we all know that when you play an SEC team, you better bring your lunch pail. And Missouri, they don't have very many expectations as well. That game probably will be during the day, I would assume. So I think Missouri will come down here and they'll feel like they got a chance to come in here and win this ball game. So I think whatever happens in the Penn State game, you're coming off a win, you better be prepared the next week to show up and keep the intensity.
No,
don't fall into a trap.
No question. Up against another break here. Don't go anywhere. More to come right after this.
Lake Martin has a new car buying experience. It's the TR Group of Alex City on Cherokee Road. The TR Group has up to 100 late model vehicles to choose from and will not be beat on price, selection, or financing. With the TR Group, your selection and quality is easy and your good credit is rewarded. But we offer guaranteed financing on our inventory because your future is more important than your past. The TR Group, Lake Martin's new standard in auto sales. Located at 814 Cherokee Road, Alex City, USA.
Tails are wagging and pets are bragging about Zoom to Groom. Columbus, Phoenix City, and Smith Station. Zoom to Groom comes to you. It's mobile pet grooming from the comfort of your driveway. Schedule your appointment now online at zoomtogroom.net or by phone at 334-740-9909.
Whether you prefer bricks, clicks, or taps, there's one place built around all your needs. For whatever it is you want to do. Even if your needs change, we'll be right there with you, making it all possible. Because you never know when a new addition will come along. So walk in, log on, or tap away. Either way, Valley's built to help you do you. Wherever life takes you, we'll be right there with you.
Grain and Leaf, located at 6068 Highway 63 South, is Lake Martin's premier boutique-style bottle shop with a unique array of sophistication for everyone. Appropriately named for its exclusive selection of top spirits, wine, and craft beer, Grain and Leaf also has a number of fine cigars for you to choose from. They also carry the full line of Hornsby Farms assorted jellies and pottery. Open 10 to 7 Monday through Saturday and noon to 5 on Sundays, Grain and Leaf is your premier shop in the Lake Martin area.
Hey guys, this is Nate Paz with Airport Motors.
I'm Connor Branch with Fairway Auto Brokers in Opelika, Alabama.
And this is your first ever Lake Martin Summer Car Blitz.
That's right, Lake Martin. Airport Motors and Fairway Auto Brokers is teaming up for the very first Lake Martin Summer Car Blitz. Make sure to check out either website for the very best selection of pre-owned luxury trucks, SUVs, and sedans in East Alabama. Get pre-approved in minutes online and make sure to use the keyword Summer Blitz in the comments section for $500 off internet price. That's keyword Summer Blitz.
At C&T Electric, our clients are our priority. For the safety and security of your family and home, our technicians are professionally trained, drug tested, background checked, and wear uniforms with name tags. We're proud to have served the Elk City, Dadeville, and Lake Martin areas for the past 10 years. Give us a call at 256-234-0007 for all your electrical service and repair needs, or visit us on the web at www.cntelectricllc.com and spell out the word "and."
Something big is coming. Something so big, it'll change the world of chicken sandwiches. Zaxby's new signature sandwich with Zax sauce or new spicy Zax sauce. Because the chicken sandwich war ain't over yet. The new signature sandwich. All the other little sandwiches can run along. We'll take it from here.
Hey, this is Doug Roberts, long-term resident of Alexander City.
I sold my house with Century 21 Lake Area Realty because all my life I had heard that to sell a house, you need 3 things: location, location, location. I found out there's actually 4. You need location, 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 and Rhonda Gaskins at Century 21 Lake Area Realty to sell your house fast.
Call me today and let me go to work for you. 256-749-3644.
Tails are wagging and pets are bragging about Zoom to Groom. Columbus, Phoenix City, and Smith Station. Zoom to Groom comes to you. It's mobile pet grooming from the comfort of your driveway. Schedule your appointment now online at zoomtogroom.net or by phone at 334-740-9909.
Brubaker Motors in Montgomery is the largest and fastest growing used car dealership in the River region. You can absolutely get a better buy at Brubaker. It's better at Brubaker.com.
Brubaker, Brubaker, Brubaker.
You can absolutely get a better buy at Brubaker.
BREWBAKER. BREWBAKER.com.
It's better at Brubaker.com.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and Brett here with you. Just a couple more segments in today's show. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us. Brought to you each and every day by Mortgage Pro, the Eric McKinley team, saving people thousands of dollars each and every year on their home mortgage. Give them a call today, 256-397-0248. Always looking out for your best interest. That's Mortgage Pro. Some guys that, every time practice starts, there's always – it seems like names that get thrown out there constantly. Donovan Kaufman is a name that keeps coming up early here in practice. Tavares Dawson, the most improved player that we have, Tank Bigsby, the most improved leader. Donovan Kaufman is going to be one of your leaders on defense this year. Coy Moore turning heads at practice. Names like that always seem to be bandied about this time. Eugene Asante going to have to step up at the linebacker position. So one thing interesting that that Harsin did say yesterday in his opening comments was that almost every position is open.
That's pure coach speak. And maybe it is. Michael said if TJ runs out on week 1, week 3 will be pointless. Cindy and Ed said, Brett, I want to see about 70 people play, period. I think that's a good point. Yeah, I'm getting a lot of guys action. Ty said I would like to see if we can put pressure on the quarterback. Okay?
That'd be nice.
Bill said, there you go, Andy, domination. I agree. You want to see, he agrees with you, you want to see 2 dominating performances. Kyle said all this talk about Coy Moore, Landon King, and T. Dawson, I think it's Capers' year. He will be Auburn's guy by week 3. We'll see.
So he's got the stuff.
Yeah.
That's what I said. I mean, you look at the wide receiver.
This is 3rd year down there.
As much as we complain about it, 4-star. I mean.
Well, it's time for somebody to step up.
Somebody needs to step up and be somebody.
Well, and so, that's some of the comments that have just come in here. And, I mean, again, I'll go back and kind of add my 2 cents in on what I want to see in the first couple of weeks. You make your most improvement from week 1 to week 2. This is where I was going with all of that. Every coach says that. Everybody talks about it. So, what you see in these first 2 games preparing to play that week 3 game is what I'm going to be concentrating on, because I think there's new pieces all around. There's going to be some things that don't look well oiled in the first game and possibly even in the second game. But do you see a team that looks like when you get a couple of things tweaked or some chinks ironed out, that this team's going to be something to be dealt with every week as they move forward in the season, and you want to get better every week? So I want to see some consistency. That's what I'm looking for. Not a bunch of sloppiness, even though it's week 1 and 2. Not a bunch of penalties. Not a bunch of undisciplined. Because we saw that the last couple of years, especially out of Bo Nix. Some undisciplined times at the quarterback position, between coaches and players and other players. And to me, we hear about all this chemistry. We hear about this group really is it's us against the world mentality. Well, we'll see on the field. They've got to be one. If you're pulling at each other, there's no way to win and be successful when you play an opponent. So I want to see some consistency both on the fronts, on the offensive and defensive line. And I know they're lesser than opponents, so you're not going to be able to take away a lot, but just doing your job. Unfortunately, Nick Saban always kind of lays it on the line and says it. He goes, it's really not about who we play. It's about what we do that determines our fate. And I think that's the mentality that I want to see from Auburn. Don't worry about who it is. If the guy's lesser than you across the way, then dominate his rear end all night. Don't let them hang around. So take care of business. That's what I want to see.
Well, like you say, rarely do you come out the first game and everything's clicking.
Exactly.
You got to work out the kinks.
Right, absolutely.
So, is a receiver and a quarterback in total sync? If that doesn't happen in game 1 and game 2, I'm fine with it. Hopefully that will get there, and it should get there. Timing and stuff like that. But again,
But what do we look like off the hoof? Do we look like we got good speed? Do we look like we're strong?
That's what Harsin said. If you physically can't whoop somebody, it's hard to go out there and have confidence.
That's right.
That's what I want to see. Are we physically dominating on the defensive line? Are we physically dominating on the offensive line? If that's the case, then the little tweaks and things, then we can work on those, and we can what works and what doesn't work, we can figure that out. But if we can't just go out and physically dominate a Mercer and San Jose State, then turn in your helmet.
Yeah, well, Glenn said, what if they have a Georgia State game out of the first 2? Well,
I'll be utterly disappointed.
Everybody will be very, very anxious, I can tell you that.
Well, who comes off the bench and saves the day then?
It could be TJ. But, again, the most obvious statement probably in football is it's a lot more fun when you're doing the pushing than getting pushed. And so the sport's a lot easier when you're controlling it and instead of being controlled. So I think that's what we've looked for from our offensive line for several years. And that hadn't been the case. Like you said, we have struggled against lesser than teams to control the line of scrimmage, which is almost mind-boggling in the SEC. But you see it rear its ugly head against some of your better opponents in some of the games that have gotten away from Auburn, and that inability to control the line of scrimmage and sustain drives shows its head against better opponents. So you're able to squeak out some games and get away with it when you're playing some of your lesser than cupcake opponents. So this offensive line has seniors all the way across the board, 5- and 6-year seniors, depending on their situation. From a veteran standpoint, you're not going to get more veteran in this group. It's their time. It's their time to show if they're worth a darn as a football player. Seriously.
Oh, it's past time.
It's past time.
So and they keep saying we're physically better than we were last year.
Well,
okay. Well, let's show it. We got to take a break. We'll be back with one final segment of the Auburn Blitz on this Friday, right after this.
WOTM is the television provider for all Alabama High School Athletic Association championship events and special programs. WOTM is your home for the Super 7 football, state finals basketball, baseball and softball state championships, the AHSAA weekly show, and WOTM also produced the first ever football playoff show, Super 7 preview show, and reclassification reveal show. Your exclusive home for all things AHSAA is WOTM. Contact your local cable provider to request WOTM to your channel lineup.
Folks around these parts have known for a long time that Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280, is your #1 stop for automotive service and repair. At Walls Tire, you'll always find quality service at a fair price on everything from AC, name brand tires, big or small repairs, routine maintenance, towing, and more. When your car or truck needs to run right, there's one place in the area to go, conveniently located and easy to find. Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280.
Russell Do-It Center and building supply stores have the tools and materials to get the job done right, whether you're a professional contractor or just a weekend do-it-yourselfer. With everyday customer conveniences like a drive-through lumberyard, price match promise, and our Best Rewards program, each of our 9 locations offer top brands and building materials like lumber, hardware, tools, paint, lawn and garden, and much more. Visit today and see what Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply can help you build tomorrow.
Don't be caught in a dirty vehicle. Lake Martin Mobile Detailing will have your vehicle or boat looking like brand new in no time, and you'll be back driving in style. They specialize in detailing, paint correction, gel coat restoration, and ceramic coating. Take it to the professionals at Lake Martin Mobile Detailing. Call them today at 256-794-2328 or stop by and see them at 702 McCarty Road in Dadeville. Mention this ad and receive $10 off. Lake Martin Mobile Detailing for your cleanest vehicles around.
Columbiana Tractor presents the world's largest Deer Expo, August 12th through 14th, BJCC. 11 hunt giveaways, the Turtle Man, the Aspirin Buster Frank Addington, Eddie Salter, Big Buck Contest, BHA Bow Competition, Cornhole Tournament, Trout Pond, and Barney Fife. WorldDeerExpo.com, August 12th through 14th, BJCC.
EnviroCare is the standard in East Central Alabama for all your pest control and termite needs. EnviroCare exclusively offers Centricon termite colony elimination system that is the industry's most effective termite control to protect your home year-round. The EnviroCare team's service is also the standard for our customers. From eliminating home pests to superior termite control, nobody cares like EnviroCare, serving Lake Martin and East Central Alabama.
Need that boost to get you started in the morning or help get you through a long day at the office? Alex City Nutrition is your answer. Alex City Nutrition, located on 2nd Broad Street in downtown Alex City, offers meal replacement shakes, post-workout shakes, extreme rebuild products, and a vast array of loaded teas that offer focus, energy, and build up your immunity and overall health. Want to buy in bulk? We now offer your favorite flavors by the gallon. Come by Alex City Nutrition today or call 256-496-8284 to begin your journey to great health.
The Eric McKinley team at Mortgage Pro in Alexander City is the perfect lender for all your mortgage needs. Property values have increased and interest rates have never been so low. So if you haven't looked at refinancing your house in the last 6 to 12 months, Mortgage Pro is here to help you take advantage of that. Our team is closing loans in 15 days or less, so give us a call at 256-397-0248 and let our team go to work for you today.
Growing your business isn't just one thing, it's a million little things. Should you lease, rent, or own? How fast can you get that part? Does it fit the budget? That's what your local cat dealer is here for. With expert advice, flexible financing, and industry-leading equipment, you can get the job done, day after day. Visit ThompsonCat.com, your compact equipment provider.
Welcome back, everyone, to the final segment of the Auburn Blitz on this Friday afternoon. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us today. Hope you all have a wonderful weekend. Auburn will continue to practice. They will play basketball, the second game on their tour of Israel on Sunday, that one at noon on the SEC Network, and I believe they'll turn around and play again on Monday and at noon on the SEC Network, and that will be against the Israeli national team, which should provide the most competition.
Yeah, I'm excited about those last two games. Awesome experience for our team and our kids over in Israel and what they're going through again. The entire team being baptized in the Jordan River today. I mean, just unbelievable what they're getting to experience. Something that is changing their lives. It's not something they'll remember for the rest of their life. This is life-changing, what they're going through over there. Kyle said, I'm kind of concerned with Harson's. We still have to find our 5 best guys when talking about the O-line. Like, man, it's been the same players for 5 to 6 years. Patrick says, I'm not sold on Coy Moore yet. I mean, I hadn't seen Coy Moore in an Auburn uniform yet, so there's nothing. I'm kind of with him. Let's see what happens. He also said Cam Stutz has improved drastically, which is a logjam at guard. So, again,
good problem to have.
Great. I hope everybody out there is pushing somebody. Patrick said TJ is still my number 1 QB. And Patrick, I think he jumped in late. You can go back and watch the first part of the show where we talked about it. And look, everybody's entitled to who they want as the quarterback out there. If he has emerged and has improved and he is better than what we saw last year, then I'm all for it. Got to be left guard because right guard's locked down with Keandre, according to Kyle. So, look, if we got guys pushing each other on that offensive line, that only iron sharpens iron. So, we got to. That's a good thing. We need it. We need that group to be cohesive and strong. Got to control the line of scrimmage. It don't matter who the quarterback is. If your line of scrimmage isn't very good, doesn't matter. So.
That's for sure. Auburn gets another commitment this week. Ashley Williams, 4-star edge rusher out of Louisiana. That added to that class. There was supposed to be an announcement today. Connor Liu. That looks like it was Auburn for a long time. Then now they say it's Miami. So I don't know when that announcement. I think it's later this afternoon.
Well, again, it was really down to Auburn, Georgia, and now Miami's kind of crept in. And again, Auburn just cannot sign an offensive line. It is the biggest mystery in the world. And there is some concern because all these guys we're talking about right now that we're banking on to be good this year are going to be gone next year. So this is going to be a complete turnover in the most key positions probably on the field. And I don't know what Auburn's going to really have to put out there. Right now, it's a numbers game, and I don't think we're even offering enough, according to some of our guys that we talk to on a regular basis. They just the numbers aren't adding up right now for Auburn in the recruiting department on the offensive line. So, Auburn ought to have about 30 offers out there. I mean, that's the truth. I mean, right now they got like 8. So I understand that you whittle it down and those are the 8 you want, but, even Alabama didn't go out and go 8 for 8 on an offensive line. I mean, you got to give and especially Auburn. We're not in the position of Alabama and Georgia right now. Hopefully we can build ourselves back up to that one day. But right now you got to be able to go out and offer some guys and hope you can bring them in and develop them and make them better. But the numbers just aren't there, according to some of our guys inside.
Well, Colby Smith and Avery Jernigan and Tate Johnson and those guys better be really, really good, and they better stay really, really healthy.
Yeah,
otherwise, we're going to be up a really, really bad river.
And it won't be the Jordan.
And it won't
be up Jordan River. No. That's for sure. That's the thing that's concerning. We're not trying to.
E.J. Harris from Auburn last year.
Right. I mean, there you go. So.
It is August the 5th. Happy birthday today, John Houston, born on this day, 1906. Treasure of the Sierra Madre, the Maltese Falcon, Key Largo, the African Queen, all those Humphrey Bogart movies.
Right.
Great movies. He had a hand. He was the director of. The great Vern Gostin. Chiseled in stone, man. Yeah. Set him up, Joe. Great. John Saxon, a lot of you remember him from Nightmare on Elm Street. He played the dad.
Right.
He was also in Enter the Dragon with Bruce Lee.
Okay.
Yeah, he played. You ever seen Joe Kidd? Clint Eastwood?
I have not seen Joe Kidd.
He played Louis Chama.
Haven't seen
Herb Brooks, coach of the 1980 U.S. Olympic team, hockey team. One time, Brett. One time. That's all you need is one time.
And he got it.
Sammy Smith helped me make it through the night. Chris Christopherson song made it famous. The great Lonnie Anderson. Who didn't have a poster of Lonnie Anderson?
Burt Reynolds.
Burt Reynolds and Lonnie Anderson. I thought those two kids were going to make it. Do what? Yeah. Gary Babin, I never even heard of him. 1967 Heisman winner at UCLA. You ever heard of Gary Babin?
I have not.
He's in the Hall of Fame. Born on this day, 1946. Happy birthday, Gary. Apologize for not knowing you. Maureen McCormick. Marsha Brady.
Marsha Brady.
Who didn't love Marsha Brady? Born on this date, she's 56.
Her brother didn't hit her in the face with football.
That's right.
When Joe Namath was coming.
That's true. Tawny Katayan, she was dancing around on the.
Yeah. Yep.
Patrick Ewing, Jonathan Silverman.
You didn't want to elaborate on that.
Adam Yacht from Beastie Boys. John Olerud, Mark Mulder, Lolo Jones, Paula Kramer, Patrick Reed, Anthony Edwards played at Georgia a couple years ago.
Yeah, number one pick.
Number one pick.
One pick in the draft.
Let's go wrap it up for us. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us. Again, have a great weekend. He's Brett. I'm Andy. So long for now. We'll talk again soon.